occasionally, a game comes along that I wish I could just do this neat little intro bit and then put up a blank screen while we just talk about the game, like some sort of avant-garde style art experiment. I suppose an alternate way of doing this would be to tell you, hey, this game's good, go play it, and then come back, which would work if you didn't have an attention span that could be measured in nanoseconds, and if the game we were talking about was actually out. You see, this is Little Nightmares 3, a standalone sequel set in the Little Nightmares universe, and now with co-op, so that you can share that horror with a friend, like I did. Kerry and I recently got to spend 2 hours playing Little Nightmares 3 thanks to the very kind people at Bandai Namco who invited us down to London for the day. As a side shill, we also checked out Digimon Story Time Stranger. Once you're done here, go check that one out too. Thanks, Bandai. Anyway, back to the thing. To save on spoilers, what we're going to do for this is mostly just have footage from us playing the game from the early part of our session. That way, you can still get a feel for what's going on, but you won't have any of the puzzles or later story parts of the level ruined. Cool? Cool. As we started our session, we were introduced to Lo and Alone, the two protagonists of Little Nightmares 3. If you play solo, you can choose which one to play, and you'll have an AI companion taking the alternate role. I ended up taking the role of Lo with his trusty bow, while Kerry ended up picking the role of Alone, who has a nifty bonk wrench. Lo and Alone are best friends, trapped within the spiral, searching for a way out, which, honestly, with Kerry and myself controlling them and trying to solve the puzzles, they should probably just check property prices and settle down. They're not leaving anytime soon. For this preview, we played through the Carnival level, which was a sufficiently eerie funfair. Everything having a wonderful twisted edge to it, from guests known as herds being passed out face down in an apple bobbing bucket, to just using other guests as piñatas, or, you know, queues that never seemed to end, which was wonderfully British and warmed my heart. Another reason for just letting the gameplay run and not showing you the puzzles or later parts is we were told that this carnival level is around the midpoint of the game, and in a game like this, where story and levels are important, I don't want to ruin your fun. I guess we can also use it kind of as an excuse to hide the one puzzle we got stuck on until the developer gave us a hint. Only one though. And that's not to say we breezed through any of the other puzzles on show. There was a solid mix from figuring out how not to get caught through an area to just outright solve this puzzle and open a door sort of situation. Some of them blended into the level and just felt like the next challenge to overcome on your journey, while others can actually give you pause for thought. The relief and satisfaction you feel when all those pieces slot into place and you figure that puzzle out together, though, that's great. That's money. That's high fives all round. That collaboration and teamwork aspect shines through as you're just trying to get out of this hell together. I'm a sucker for cracked mirror weird settings. Little Nightmares is right up there for me, as while it's not outright scary, it is unnerving. And that's even better. It's like a sickness or a rot. It seeps in and it takes something that should be normal and then just shifts it, decays it into something uneasy and just wrong. In the case of Little Nightmares Carnival, you end up with a place that looks like it should be fun for kids. And if you're just running through a level, you might not notice things at first. But when you stop, when you take it in and when you notice it, it's a painting. The longer you look, the more you see. And the more you see, the more you don't want to see. And the more uneasy it becomes. It also works perfectly in a co-op environment. Outright horror can be diluted by having someone else there with you. A laugh buddy during a horror movie can break that tension and just snap the immersion. But that doesn't work here. You see, if you're playing with a friend, both of you are being subject to the same delusions, the same unsettling miasma. And even if one of you does crack a joke or says something silly, the images remain with you. You're still gonna think about how creepy that looked and how they were wrong. Our adventures through the carnival took us under floorboards and over roofs, through tunnels and air ducts, climbing boxes and walking wooden beams with the hope that we didn't alert those who lurked below. The design of the entire area felt spot on. It perfectly achieves what you would want from a creepy carnival, with balloons and tents and guests doing challenges and other fun little games that are just ever so slightly off. One of the things that wasn't what you would want is that at times, during those high pressure moments, you can feel like you're fighting the controls as much as you are the horrors in front of you. You see, several times, both Kerry and myself either had issues grabbing onto ledges, putting the bow away, or in one case during a chase sequence, feeling like the speed of the chaser was weirdly inconsistent. Sometimes we got caught right away, others we kind of made it a good distance. And while checkpoints mitigate how much run back there is after a situation like that, it's still never fun when it happens. Especially when there's the pressure of someone else being right there with you, someone else being reliant on you. There is still time for those, little nightmares with the controls to be ironed out. As in a game that tries to create tension like this, you want snappy and precise controls. Little Nightmares 3 is still over a month away, launching on October 9th, so hopefully by the time that rolls around, you'll be able to go on this horrifying journey with a friend, and they'll be the ones letting you down, rather than the controls. Little Nightmares 3 is a delightful addition to the co-op list and to the Little Nightmares universe. A game that has you both feeling smart when you figure out a puzzle, or smug when you survive a close encounter. I'm a huge fan of co-op games. I love playing them with friends, and have been loving the resurgence it feels like we've been having recently with co-op games in all forms. A game like Little Nightmares 3 that brings that co-op journey to a world that feels like a cracked mirror with untold horrors and puzzles to work in tandem just like you do. That, to me, that sounds closer to a dream than a nightmare.